All right, let's jump right in. We're going to cut through all the noise around artificial intelligence today. I mean, it is everywhere, promising to completely change how we work, how we live, everything. But let's be real. How much of that is legit and how much is just, well, hype? Today, we're going to build the tools you need to get ready for the future of work. So that leads us to the big question on everyone's mind, right? Is AI this massive revolution that's totally reshaping our world? Or is some of it just an illusion, puffed up with promises that don't really line up with what's actually happening? Let's dig in and find out. Okay, so here's the game plan for today. We're going to start with the AI hype machine itself. Then we'll define this really important idea called AI snake oil. After that, we'll talk about the antidote, which is AI literacy, and see how that plugs directly into the workforce. And to wrap it all up, we're going to build your very own hype filter. First things first, let's talk about that constant buzz. You know what I mean. It feels like every single day there's some new AI breakthrough that's supposed to change, well, everything. And honestly, trying to figure out what's a real game changer versus what's just slick marketing, that can be super tough. So where is all this hype actually coming from? Well, according to researchers Arvind Narayanan and Sayash Kapoor, it's not just one group of people. You've got companies that might, overpromise to get investors excited. You've got journalists chasing clicks with those wild headlines. And yeah, even researchers can sometimes get caught up in the noise. It's this big, complex cycle where everyone has their own reasons for pumping things up. And all this leads us straight to the heart of the problem. And it has an absolutely perfect name: AI snake oil. It's such a great way to describe tech that looks amazing from a distance, but when you actually get up close and try to use it, it just doesn't deliver on what it promised. So let's get this definition straight because it's really important. AI snake oil, the term these scholars came up with, is for any AI that doesn't just fail to work as advertised. The key word here is that it cannot work as advertised. It's basically the 21st century version of that old-timey fraudulent cure-all. So why are we so quick to fall for this stuff? Well, a huge part of it is this psychological quirk called the Eliza effect. It's this totally natural thing we do, where we see a computer program that can chat back and forth, and our brains just automatically think, wow, that thing is smart. We're kind of hardwired to see intelligence where it isn't, just because something feels responsive. And look, this is not just some academic theory. The consequences are terrifyingly real. We're talking about faulty facial recognition leading to the false arrests of 6 Black men. We're talking about a man's suicide being linked to his interactions with an AI chatbot, or algorithms that just don't get nuance, leading to all sorts of discrimination. The stakes here are unbelievably high. Okay, so what's the antidote? How do we fight back against this hype and these awful consequences? Well, the answer isn't to just run away from the technology. It's to build up our AI literacy. That is our #1 defense. And the goal isn't to turn you into a cynic who just dismisses all AI. Not at all. The real power comes from becoming a smart, critical user, someone who can tell the difference between the really useful tools and, yeah, the snake oil. So AI literacy really breaks down into 3 key parts. You've got knowledge, that's what you know about how AI works. Then you have skills, what you can actually do with it. And finally, attitudes, which is all about how you think about and approach the tech. Yeah, and a huge piece of that knowledge part is knowing what AI is great at and what it's terrible at. On one hand, it's incredible at finding patterns, automating boring stuff, and crunching huge amounts of data. But on the other hand, it has 0 emotions, no ethical compass, it doesn't understand context like we do, and it can't create anything truly new. It's just a master remixer of all the data it was fed. So once you have that knowledge, you can build the skills. We're talking about things like being able to look at what an AI spits out and think critically about it, knowing how to work with AI as a partner, not just letting it take over, figuring out which tasks are perfect for AI and which ones absolutely need a human touch, and just being aware of how this tech is influencing you and the world around you. All right, so let's talk about the payoff, because building this AI literacy isn't just some homework assignment. This is about real-world value. This is about being ready for your career. And I am not kidding about their real-world value. Knowing how to use these Gen AI tools gives you a serious competitive edge. In fact, get this, some studies are showing a potential wage premium of up to 56% for people with AI skills. This isn't just a nice to have anymore. It's becoming a key thing that sets you apart in the job market. And you can see how this plays out across all sorts of industries. Look at manufacturing. They're using AI for things like predictive maintenance, or healthcare, where it's helping with personalized diagnostics. But here's the cool part. Look at that required skills column. It's not just about knowing the tech. It's about things like leadership, emotional intelligence, and critical thinking. The common thread connecting all of these jobs? It's AI literacy. Okay, let's pull all this together into a practical tool you can start using like right now. We are going to build your personal hype filter. It's a really simple 3-step checklist. Step 1, question the source. Always ask, who benefits if I believe this? Step 2, test for nuance. Is the AI actually getting the subtleties, or is it just giving you a generic cookie-cutter response? And step 3, the big one, verify the output. Fact-check everything. You have to watch out for what they call hallucinations, which is just a fancy way of saying the AI is making stuff up. And this is so important to remember. The responsibility here isn't on the AI, it's on you. You're the one in the driver's seat. You're the one who has to use your critical thinking to decide if what it's telling you is accurate, if it's biased, or if it's even useful at all. And on that note, here's a simple rule for academic and professional life, really. It's all about honesty and transparency. If an AI helped you, you have to say so. It's simple. If you use it, you cite it. You know, we spend so much time obsessing over how to write the perfect prompt for the AI. But maybe we're thinking about it backwards. Maybe the most important prompt isn't for the machine at all. It's for us. So before you even start typing, what's the first critical question you're going to ask yourself? Answering that, that's where true AI literacy begins.